Welcome. Yesterday after the end of group training, I had a client ask me about shin splints that she's getting from walking and what kind of self myofascial releases and mobilizers that she could do to help with that. And I also happen to know that this person has some foot mobility issues and also really tight through the adductors. So I'm just going to expand this window a little bit, or zoom in on it a little bit. And then as you can see, in the deep front line or the deep core line, you have a lot of tissue that runs from the bottom of the feet up through the shins, through the adductors, and all through the abdomen, various attachment points at the pelvis, front and back, and then also through the inner core and the diaphragm, and then up and attaches at the skull in various places. So there's lots of dense connectivity through the pelvis here. And so if you have limitation through these adductors and also limitation through the feet, that's going to affect how the ankles move, affects how the knee moves. And if all of your elasticity through this line of tissue is locked up here, say, or through the pelvis, if it's all locked up in through here, then that is going to reduce the amount of flexibility and elasticity that can come through the shins and create some restrictions. So what happens then is that these two bones aren't able to move very well, because if your ankle isn't moving because your feet are locked in and there's no if the rubber band, for instance, is stretched already here, then there's not much more movement for it to stretch anymore. And so this is going to start to feel some pain and tension because it can't absorb the shock and it can't respond. So what we're going to try to do is release underneath the feet and also do some releases through the adductors here. And we're going to focus on this band of tissue right here that connects at the medial side of the knee. And also we're going to get a tennis ball and come into these sit bones here underneath the pelvis. So we're going to do 3 points here. We're going to do the ball under here. We're going to do the foam roller through the adductors here, focusing primarily on this region. And then we're going to come and put the ball right there. So 3 releases for you to try and get some torsional friction through here and to help release that. And we're also going to add a bonus of some restorative breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, to get this moving and to activate this line of tissue through the core, get your parasympathetic nervous system kicking in while you're trying to relax all of this and let some tension go. Okay, so let's get stuck into it. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is show you a ball release for the foot. And you want to use a smooth surface ball, tennis ball or a therapy ball would work fine. And you want to have it so that it's not too squishy, so that when you press down on the tennis ball, it doesn't give away. It still has some firmness to it. So first thing you're going to do is just kind of give it a gentle roll, not pressing too hard down on the ball. Just a gentle roll, just to kind of wake up that bottom of that foot, and just to kind of explore how it feels underneath, right? And what I like to do is I like to start with an arcing motion under the foot, so sideways so you can see this, planting the heel on the ground, and then you're just going to do a little bit of a rainbow arcing motion under the foot, and letting the joints of the toes articulate. And then as you move down the foot, just do a little bit of a rainbow arc motion. You might find some tender spots as you come on the inner side of the arch. That's okay, just make note of where they are right now. You don't have to spend too much time on them right now. Don't press into pain. You're just gonna massage, all right? And then just lightly press, gradually increase the pressure there. And then you're gonna come back and think about a tripod, 3 points of pressure under the foot, under here, 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 and under the middle of the arch. So here, hopefully my feet are clean, here, here, and here. So we're gonna start with here, right here, just in the front of the heel. And if you want to, you can put the front of your foot down on the ground and just press down on that midpoint just in front of the heel and just give it a little pressure, all right? And you're gonna take some deep breathing pause, breathe. Let the pressure go in there and just let the foot kind of melt over the ball. So we're not applying a lot of pressure. We're not really going into pain. You may, if you get a little bit of a wince, then ease off. Okay, and then go back into it. So there, and now I'm just going to move a little bit over that ball. I'm just exploring that spot. I feel a little bit of a tenderness there, but not too much. All right, now I'm just going to articulate a little bit over the ball. All right, get a little roll in there. And then going to come around, come to that other point right behind the base of the big toe. Put the ball in there. And then again, I'm just going to give it some pressure. Just breathe into it. Nice deep breaths. It's a good opportunity to do your diaphragmatic breathing. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. Hold it for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 4. Do that a couple times while you hold this spot on your foot. And then just gonna, again, just after you've applied the pressure, you're just gonna move around that spot a little bit. And I really wanna go into that arch. I'm gonna do that in a minute though. So then go to your third spot, just kind of at the base between the second and the third toe, or first and second toe, pinky and toe next to it. And then come back. Wake up my screen so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so just apply that pressure, do your diaphragmatic breathing, breathe all the way into the bottom of your lungs. Count of 4. Hold for 4. And then release for 4. Do that again. Okay, and now we're just going to massage the foot. All right, come into that arch. If you feel any tender bits, go to those tender bits and just give them a little love. Roll and massage them. Oh. So I'm feeling it right in the middle of my arch. All right. Oh. Good. So this is just a massage. Just kind of wake things up. All right. And then I want you to activate the foot. So now we're just going to activate it a little bit. I want you to turn away. So we're turning laterally, rotating away, gripping the ground with the base of the big toe, and then come back. So I'm turning my ankle away, turning my femur away laterally, and then coming back. Turn the femur away, and then come back. So I'm rotating, I'm driving that motion from the hip and through the ankle. So my ankle is moving here, and then coming. So this is rotating through the talus. Come back. All the while gripping with the base of the big toe. Okay? So turn that into a step. I'm going to make a T step, and I'm going to come back. T step, and then come back. So we're arching, pronating arch, and supinating. As we step back, it flattens. As we make the T, it rounds. Okay? So we're getting this kind of a motion through the ankle. Okay. All right, now we're going to get the foam roller and we're going to roll the adductors, okay? Just to try and affect some change through right here of the shin, okay? So we got, if this is all locked in up here through the thigh, if this is all locked in through the thigh and not moving and tight, which I happen to know that it is on for this person, then this is not going to have the flexibility and the movement that it needs through its elastic because it's all locked in here. So we need this to be more elastic, and we need the foot to be more responsive through the ankle so that this there's less pressure in here. So this might be a bit odd with the camera. Essentially what we're going to do is get on the ground, get the inner thigh on the foam roller, and we're going to focus right here on this bit here through this connection point that you saw on the video at the beginning, the introductory video. So we're just going to work around the upper knee and getting this inner tension here. Right, if we can work around the bony bits, we can affect more change through that fascia. Oh, that feels really good. And all you're going to do is apply a little bit of pressure just above the knee, just kind of roll and explore, introduce the idea to the tissue that you're going to be applying a little bit of pressure. So it's just a gentle roll here, and you can explore. So you're going to be rolling forward or back just to kind of explore where you've got that tension, like that is really tender right there. Okay, so I'm just exploring and finding out where I am tender. And this knee, this is a really good thing for me to do for this leg because I've got the inflamed bursa that happens right here, and there's 3 major muscle attachments that come in at that bursa, and so my tightness is really affecting and causing inflammation there. So this is a really good thing for me to do. Oh. And I just try not to enjoy it too much while I'm making this video for you. All right, so you're just gonna roll. Just breathe. Apply a little bit of pressure, and you can do your diaphragmatic breathing again. Breathe in through your nose, into the bottom of your lungs, and then exhale. Count of 4 in. Hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. Don't have to do your diaphragmatic breathing while you're here, but part of the whole reason for doing it is to calm that nervous system, get things to relax. And so we're not trying to go in there and just really hit hard. We're trying to get things to let go. And the way to do that is to tone down that sympathetic nervous system and get the parasympathetic nervous system going. So that helps with our breathing, and you're getting a double whammy. You're getting your diaphragmatic breathing in and your self myofascial release in at the same time. So you got 2 points for your nutrition, your nutrients. Okay, so that's one place to work on. So you're just going to work on that for a few minutes. Let it pause. If you're applying direct pressure, don't apply it for too long. 30 seconds at the most. Okay, so a few minutes there. What we're going to do now is just do a gentle roll through the adductors. And again, it's a bit cramped here in my space because it's raining and I don't have a lot of room to work. But we're just going to roll up through the adductors a little bit. Let those release. Okay, so you're just going to roll the adductors here, focusing some really focused releases through the medial knee right here. And then you're going to get your tennis ball for the 3rd release, coming into the pelvis with the sit bones. So what you're going to do is you're going to just basically place the ball underneath your butt. Find where your axial tuberosity is. Your sit bones are basically what you would sit on a bicycle seat. Get the tennis ball there, and you're just going to apply a little bit of pressure and just breathe. So you're going to find a tender point near the bone, and you're just going to place the ball there, apply some pressure. You might not be able to, it might be so tender that you don't want to put too much pressure on there, so you're going to need to lift your body weight up a little bit if you have to, and then just breathe diaphragmatically. And then you're going to take your leg and just move your leg. So from the femur, you're rolling that leg in and then rolling that leg out. Roll in and then roll out. Okay. Roll in and then roll out. And then you're going to take your foot, and I want you to move your foot up and down, flexing, plantar flexing and dorsiflexing. So pointing your toes and then lifting your toes. Pointing your toes and lifting your toes, and then change that leg, articulate the leg again, left and right, and you can adjust, play with your foot position as you roll that leg. And then find another place, find another trigger point underneath with a tennis ball, and then roll that again. That's good. Okay. So, thank you for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, obviously, there are other things that you can do for shin splints, but those are the first three for this particular client, and also easy go-to self myofascial releases. So give those a try and see how they work. And they're also great just if you happen to have tightness through those through those adductors, and if they are causing back pain or knee pain. So give them a go. Talk to you later. Bye.